Good afternoon, guys. So this is quite strange for me to do this one because I generally do my lives on Facebook and not on YouTube, so please bear with me on this one. I understand a lot of people won't watch this live and the majority of people will watch this later on down the line, but the importance of this video is something that I wanted to explain, and that's why I thought I'd do it live, just so you got the full benefit of it. One of the questions that I get asked a lot of, or get asked a lot to help with, is to help people fundraise. And people will message me and say, we're fundraising and we're stuck to try and raise the money that we're trying to hit. And over the past couple of years, I've managed to fundraise quite a lot, but I haven't done that alone. And I'm now going to give you my tips on how I managed to fundraise, and ultimately how we ended up raising £30,000 for the Armed Forces charity SAFA in just 21 days when I walked to Windsor for my MBE. So I'm just going to show you that now as well. So back end of January, Ash? Yeah. Back at the end of January, I walked down to Windsor to collect that, which was my MBE. And first of all, I'm just going to explain why I decided to walk down. When I got acknowledged for the work that me and my team did during COVID, I didn't do it alone. I've done it with amazing support from my followers on Facebook, my friends across other social media channels, amazing organisations and individuals, local companies and national companies, all pulled together to make what we did possible. And it was sort of my name what got recognised, and I felt a little bit of a fraud just to sit there and take the glory. So I wanted to give something back. So it was offered to me to go down to Windsor to collect this amazing medal from Prince Charles himself. Actually, I got a photo there, Prince Charles on that. So I'm going to explain just how we did it. So can you see there? That was an absolutely amazing day. Yeah, what an amazing day that one was. But when I decided I'm going to walk down to Windsor, I said I want to raise money for a charity. And the one thing that I had to do is understand that although I'm based in Teesside, and if those who aren't from Teesside, Teesside's a small place in Middlesbrough. We've got a few little communities around here. We've got Redcar and Cleveland, we've got Middlesbrough, and we've got a surrounding area of Darlington and places like that. And what I decided to do is I decided that I would walk down over 21 days and I would try and raise money for charity. And I put out there and said, I want to raise money for a charity, but it can't just be something which is local. It has to be a national charity, because along the way, I want people to join me. I want people from all over the country to come and take part in this and experience it with me. And I set off on my journey, and sorry, I'll go back a little bit. My friends on Facebook decided that the best charity to do this for would be SAFA. So I contacted SAFA, told them what I planned to do, and they asked me how much I was planning on raising. And I think they were expecting a figure of around about £2,000 or £3,000, and I said I want to raise 25,000. And they were a little bit taken back, and I said, this is 21 days, Mike, this is quite an ask. And that's where my response come into it. Good evening, John. My response come into it was, yes, but I'm not doing this alone. I've got 80,000 followers on Facebook, and I know for a fact that they want to help. So they accepted our offer of support. They set up the GoFundMe page, Just Given, I think it was. And we set off on our travels, and along the way different people come and joined us, and we just asked people if they would donate what they could afford to, and some people donated £1, some people donated £100, and there was some great investments made into this charity. But as we were getting further and further on, we were struggling to try and reach our target of £25,000, and it got in my head a little bit, and I was thinking, how on earth am I going to raise this money without evening, Anne. Yeah, and family are really, really well. And it got in my head and thought, how on earth am I going to raise this money? And if I don't, I'm going to let so many people down. I'm going to let my 80,000 followers on Facebook down. I'm going to let my family down. I'm going to let the charity down. I'm going to let the people who are dependent on that charity down. And it really started to get me. And I was just walking through a place called Melton Mowbray. And only a couple of days before I was watching the news, and there was something about a pork pie that Melton Mowbray were famous for a pork pie. So I think we were in day 13 by this point, and I walked past a butcher's and it said Melton Mowbray pork pies. And it just got me thinking, remember, you know, I am a businessman, I do own a few businesses, so I do sometimes think outside the box. And I thought, how can I capitalise on that pork pie? How can I make that work for me? So I went at the butcher's and I bought a bag full of pork pies. I went and done a live Facebook video, and I basically said to everyone, look, I know you've all donated, I know you've all made some fantastic contributions, but what I'm going to do is anybody who donates, I think I put the figure of £1 or more, I'm going to give you the chance to win a pork pie. And oh my God, within literally 6 hours, we'd raised literally, I would say, a couple of £1,000 just off winning a pork pie. And what that showed me is that so many people wanted to help and they wanted to be part of it. And just by making a donation, some people don't feel like they're a part of what it is, and they want to be involved a little bit more. So, Ash, will you just go on there and just search for what a pork pie? So it got me thinking. I thought, right, okay, so that worked. So many people got involved. They were sharing it across social media. You know, I want to win this pork pie, and it was all a banter. And how on earth can a pork pie raise a couple of £1,000? And it then got me thinking, and then it spiraled, and people were still actually donating the next day, and I'd already done the draw for the pork pie, so we were still gathering donations further on. And then it got down to the final couple of days, and we were about £2,000 short. And the last thing I wanted to do is stall at the last hurdle, so I decided that I needed to do something. So I had a really good friend of mine called Dean Benson. He owns a company called Visualsoft. He walked every single day with me. And he said to me, Mike, I haven't made a donation yet, so I'd really like to. Dean is quite successful in business, and had I have asked him to make up the donation, I'm sure he would have done it because he knew what it meant and where it was going. But I didn't want that, so I said to Dean, I said, how about you buy something to a value of what you were going to donate, or what would be a reasonable donation for you, and we'll try and raise money off that. So Ash, can I have that please? So I got Dean and we went on to the App Store. Oh, camera's gone. We went on to Apple and we bought an iPad. It was, I think, about £500 we paid for the iPad. You pull it back in, Ash. So I bought this iPad and I went live. And I showed people the receipt and I said, look, anybody now who donates, doesn't matter what you donate, I will enter you into a prize to win this iPad. That's what we did, and we were driving down. It took about 20 minutes, and within 20 minutes, we had raised every single penny that we were trying to do. And ultimately, the reason behind this, and I must reiterate this, is so many people out there want to help, but when they're just making a donation, they don't think that they're doing enough. I should have just sent that through at me. So many people want to help, but they don't think that they're doing enough. So making a donation for somebody of giving £1, £2, £100, £1,000, whatever it may be, they don't think that. By the way, guys, if you are watching this, please press that subscribe button. I only need another 4 subscribers to get me 1,000. So please do press that subscribe button. If you're watching, please hit that like button as well. And what was apparent was people all wanted to help, but they wanted to do more. And once you give them an opportunity to be involved and included a little bit more, rather than just saying, please make a donation and that's the end, people felt like they were walking with me and they couldn't even be there. So they felt part of this, this charitable event. And that is just how we managed to raise £25,000 plus, thank you, Bristol Bomber, plus we got gift aid as well, which took up to just over £30,000. And that was raised in 21 days. that was the latest one that we did, and there's so many other there's so many other charity organisation events that we've done and fundraising events where we've raised money for different things, but that one was the most notable one. And I'm just going to show you now, like, in the grand scheme of things, how on earth can a pork pie and an iPad, how can that raise you or help raise you £30,000? And it's just a little bit of thinking outside the box. And that's what I'm trying to say about this is, if you are fundraising, don't always think that you've got to go and ask people to donate all the time. Give them some involvement. Don't obviously say, if you donate, you'll win. What I said is, anybody who makes a donation today or anyone's made a donation in the past, I'm going to enter you into a draw to randomly win. So people didn't think they had to donate. People didn't feel like they were forced to. It was just a little bit of fun. And what they then did is they shared it, and they shared it across their social media channels. And it was like, oh my God, you know, I'm trying to win a pork pie. And it just got that banter going, rather than the same thing when you feel like you're going to people. And if you are fundraising, you're watching this now, no doubt you're struggling at some stage to try and raise them funds. You know what it feels like when you keep going to people saying, oh, please can you donate, please can you donate? It almost feels like you're begging people, and it gets to the stage where you're almost thinking, oh, it's a bit cringy for you, and you think, I'm sick of asking people for this. Where if you have a bit of fun with it, I found that this particular fundraising, 21 days of raising £30,000, I think you'll agree. If you do agree, press the thumbs up. Raising that amount of money in that short space of time was fantastic, and SAFA were absolutely over the moon, and all our armed forces, both past and present family, males and females, their families were relying and dependent on organisations like SAFA. So to help them was an absolutely massive coup for me, and it's something that I'll never ever forget. And at the end of it, when I went and got that, so that's strange, isn't it? So you've got, oh, wait there, where's my pork pie gone? So that pork pie, I'm walking for that, raised £25,000 plus gift aid. Isn't that amazing? So I just thought I'd have a go at doing this on YouTube as opposed to doing it on Facebook. So if you don't follow me on Facebook, please do head over to Facebook and type in Mike Hind MBE. It's the one with a little blue tick. Please do go over and give us a follow and like what we do. There's a lot more coming to this channel. There's the next chapter in what I'm going to do, because I do get paid from Facebook. I do get paid for creating content, and I don't want to keep that money. I want to share it. So we're going to start doing some random act of kindness where you're going to see me, my team, my followers. They're going to be in a position where they're going to go and they're going to help people who don't expect it. So they're going to be going and paying for people's shopping, they're going to be going and paying for people's fuel, they're going to maybe be putting gas and electricity on people's meters for them. We're going to be doing random acts of kindness with the money that I raise from Facebook. Now, we can also do the same from YouTube. So the more we raise, the more we can give. And I give you this promise now, I'm new to YouTube. Facebook is where I'm at. So if you don't follow me on Facebook, then that is my page there. No doubt if you're watching this, you've probably headed over from Facebook to watch, and I'm talking to under 20 people now. I'm used to talking to thousands across my Facebook, so this one is quite a low numbered view, but hopefully we can build that up, and hopefully you can let your friends know that we're on here now, and if we can get a little bit of momentum on this, we'll be able to continue fundraising, helping people, giving back to the community, and working together as a team. No more tricep videos, can barely take this. That was a great workout. I've actually, Bristol Bombers, so if you haven't watched my tricep workout, it's with former Mr. World Steve Johnson. If you're into your training, it's a great video on there. But for those who aren't, you can head over to my YouTube channel now, and you'll be able to see things such as, that was the workout video there with me and Steve, so if you haven't watched it, that's a brief clip of it. But on here, on my channel, I've showed how you can, look at that one. That's one that I won't forget. Any more? On this channel, I want to explain a little bit about how we managed to lose the weight with Dibsy, how we've managed to build the business that we've got here today from nothing. What I want you all to know, if you are new to this channel, is that I'm just a normal lad, right? I didn't get born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I've been brought up in South Bank, in Teesside, and I've been brought up to work hard, respect, and pay it forward. My parents are both working class. My dad was a steel worker, my mum worked in Asda. And I was always taught up that no matter what you do in life, if you try hard and give it your all, then you can achieve anything that you want to achieve. And I left school with no qualifications, and I set off on my own business by selling shoes on a car boot sale. And I managed to get from there to where I am today now. And I'm by no means am I a rich man in sort of monetary terms, but I'm certainly a rich man in people who follow me and in friends. And that's what I want to portray to you. So guys, thank you for watching. I'll just keep this pretty short, and this is short for me, so you will start getting to know that as you watch my channel a little bit more. My videos do drone on, you will get sick of my voice, but please do subscribe to the channel. Let me know below in the comments what you think. If you were fundraising now, I'd love to know what you're fundraising for and what it is. Give a link to your fundraising event below as well. But by all means, try and get my followers to make a donation. Let them know what you're doing. See if anyone wants to get involved with you. So use this page for that as well. So in the comments below, put a comment with what you're doing currently. I'd love to know about it. And hopefully across the next couple of weeks, days, months, and years, we can become friends, and you can get to know a little bit more about me, and I want to know a little bit more about you. My followers and my friends on social media, I'm just a number. I want to know you by name. I want to know how you're feeling. I want to talk about my own mental health issues, how you are feeling, and we're going to get together and we're going to have regular chats and updates. So God bless, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, if you're ever struggling to fundraise, get yourself a Melton Mowbray pork pie. See you guys.